Okay, for millions of federal employees, it's that time of year again when you have to make a huge decision about your health plan. But listen, this is not just another year. With some pretty big premium hikes and massive changes on the horizon for 2026, making the right choice is, well, more important than ever.
And let's just get right to the number that's going to hit you in the wallet, 12.3%.
Yep, that is the average jump in what you're going to pay for your health insurance premiums in 2026. And this isn't some one-off thing. This is actually the second year in a row we're seeing double-digit increases. So what does that mean? It means just sticking with your current plan, doing nothing, could cost you thousands. So that brings us to the big question, the whole reason we're here today. Is your current plan still the best deal for you and your family? Let's break down everything you need to know to figure that out. All right, first things first, let's get our bearings and look at what's actually new and different in this upcoming open season. You know, the whole show is run by the U.S. Office of Personnel Management. You'll hear them called OPM. They're the ones who set all the rules, the dates, and lay out all the options that are available to you. Okay, get your calendars out because these dates are absolutely critical. Open season kicks off November 10th and it shuts down on December 8th. It is a really tight window. Any changes you make will kick in right at the beginning of January. This is your chance to make a move. Now, it's not all doom and gloom about rising costs. OPM has also pushed for some really great new benefits for 2026. We're talking about things like expanded IVF coverage, HIV prevention drugs with no out-of-pocket cost, much better access to behavioral health, and even coverage for some of those popular anti-obesity medications. But, and this is a huge heads up, while there are new benefits, a bunch of plans are completely disappearing. If your plan is on this list, you absolutely have to pick a new one during open season. If you don't, you'll get automatically dumped into a default plan that might be a terrible fit for you. So you gotta pay attention to this. And speaking of big changes, there's one group facing a massive shift. I'm talking about Postal Service employees and annuitants. They have a whole new program called the Postal Service Health Benefits Program, or PSHB. So the PSHB program, it's the new world for the entire postal community. That means everybody, current employees and retirees. It's a totally separate program, and it's replacing their old FHB coverage. And here's the kicker. Even if the insurance company is the same, the rules are different. And here is the single biggest change, the one that everyone is talking about. For most postal retirees who are eligible for Medicare, you now must enroll in Medicare Part B to keep your health coverage. This is a complete 180 from the old system where it was optional. It's a huge deal for your retirement budget because now those Medicare Part B premiums are a new, mandatory expense. Now, of course, there are a few key exceptions to this rule. If you fall into one of these specific groups, you might be exempt. But for pretty much everyone else, this Medicare requirements is the new reality. It's a non-negotiable part of your retirement planning. So whether you're dealing with FEHB or the new PSHB, the goal is exactly the same, right? Get the best coverage you can without totally breaking the bank. So how do you do that? Well, to have a good game plan, you need to know what not to do. Let's dive into the 5 most common and costly mistakes people make. Okay, mistake number 1, and it's by far the biggest one, is just
and roll over from last year without even thinking about it. Look, these plans change every single year. The premiums, the doctor networks, what drugs are covered. What was a fantastic deal last year could be a really bad one this year. So, why is this so important? Let me give you a real-world example. Take the Blue Cross Blue Shield Standard plan. It's great, it has out-of-network options, IVF coverage, but what if you don't need that stuff? A family could save over $2,600 a year just by switching to the basic plan, and they get to keep the same network of doctors. We're talking about serious money here. All right, mistake number 2 is a weird one. It feels totally backward. You'd think that for a couple, the self plus one option would always be cheaper than the self and family option, right? Well, nope, wrong. Believe it or not, in dozens of plans, the family option is actually cheaper. I mean, look at this example. By choosing self and family instead of self plus one, this two-person family saves more than $1,700 a year for the exact same coverage. The bottom line, you have to check the price for both. Mistake number 3 is writing off high-deductible health plans without a second thought. I get it. That phrase, high deductible, can sound pretty scary. But people who dismiss them are missing out on one of the most powerful financial tools out there. And that tool is the Health Savings Account, or HSA. You can only get one if you have a high-deductible plan. An HSA is like a financial superpower. It gives you a triple tax advantage. The money you put in is pre-tax, it grows tax-free, and when you take it out for medical costs, that's tax-free too. It's like a 401k just for your health. Okay, just 2 more quick mistakes to watch out for. One is not using a flexible spending account, an FSA, to pay for things you know you're going to spend money on, like glasses or dental work. Using pre-tax money is like getting a discount. And finally, especially for retirees, not understanding exactly how your health plan and Medicare work together. Getting that wrong can lead to some massive, shocking bills. Okay, we have covered a lot. Rising costs, huge changes, common mistakes. So let's boil this all down. What do you actually do? Here is a super simple step-by-step checklist for you to use. Here you go. Step 1, find out what your premium is going to be for 2026. Don't wait. Step 2, don't just look at it in a vacuum. Compare it to at least 2 other plans. Step 3, if it's you and one other person, double check if self plus one or self and family is cheaper. And step 4, the big one, make your final decision and lock it in before that December 8th deadline. And hey, if you're wondering where to even start all this comparing, here's a fantastic pro tip from Kevin Moss over at Consumers Checkbook. He says to look for plans where the government is kicking in its maximum share, which is 75%. That's a really good sign that you're getting a great value for your money. So there you have it. That's the landscape for 2026. The price hikes, the big program changes, and the playbook for how to handle it all. The decision now is up to you. So what are you going to do to make sure you're not the one overpaying for your health coverage this year?